Happy Saturday everybody, and welcome to another Simply Made Saturday with me, Helen Armstrong from Pound of Props Craft and Joyful Moments. It's an unboxing and mini make. So I have in my hands the new June paper pumpkin kit, and I can't believe I've got it in June. So here in the UK, we've been having a lot of issues with paper pumpkin, getting it on time, ensuring that it's, sure it gets here before the following month, unfortunately. And we've managed to get it. I'm very excited to open it and to show you what's in it. So let's dive in. Okay, I haven't looked through it. So we've got our usual blue tissue. I like seeing the blue tissues. Okay, so we have in this kit a stamp set which has thank you, best wishes, have a lovely day. It looks like we've got some flowers, definitely got a bike and some butterflies, so they look rather nice. I love the fact that you get a new stamp set every month. That you can use in any other of your projects. We also have Calypso Coral stamping spot. Save all your stamping spots, because if you are going away anywhere, I've just realised I've got a lot of shadow this morning and I'm not sure why. I apologise for that. Let me just put my main light on. I'll be back in one sec. I don't think that's any better, but okay. Yeah, so keep your stamping spots, because if you go away anywhere and you want to take a little bit of crafting with you, instead of taking your large pads, take your stamping spots with you. Okay, so let's get this out of the box. Move the box to one side. Let's grab my snips. Oh. So we have some twine. We have our usual dimensionals. It looks like we've got some gorgeous silver butterflies and our sticky dots as well. Okay, our envelopes, these are rather pretty. Ready to put the address in the middle. Different colours, so it looks like we have 3 yellow. We have 3 green. And we have 3 pink, and I presume our card bases match the same. So we have 3 of this card here, which I think will probably go on one of the front of the cards. And it's got silver foiling on, which is rather nice. I like that. We need one of those to make our cards this morning. So you have 3 gorgeous mottled effect cards in that gorgeous pink, and then we have we've got some ephemera to stick on a card. We will definitely need one of those today, so you get 3 sheets of that. 3 of our green card bases, but these have got that nice little green line at the bottom. Again, to make your kit go further, you could half these, add some white card to the bottom. And then we have this set of ephemera. Okay, so we need that one of those as well. And then we have our yellow cards. And these have got that stripe at the bottom, so I presume this is going to be a horizontal card like that, I think so. And then we have some more ephemera. Okay, so it looks like we've got a nice part of a bike, we've got some bits to put a sentiment on. Maybe these are clouds, or maybe we stamp on these to make flowers. I don't know. Let's open the kit and let's open the leaflet that we have and find out. So every month you get a leaflet which comes in your kit, and it tells you all about and how to make the cards. So these are looking quite sweet. Yes, I think I was right with the flowers on this one. You stamp actually onto the ephemera. Okay, so yeah, as I said, June 2026 paper pumpkin. With paper pumpkin, you get the full instructions on how to make each card. And it also tells you the coordinating colours on the back. So we've got basic black, Calypso Coral, which is our Stampin' Spot, Crushed Curry, Lost Lagoon, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, and Silver. So, okay. So this must be our Crushed Curry card. We are going to need one of those. We are going to need one of our Old Olive cards. Because today I'm just going to make the ones that come in the kit, and then not tomorrow, maybe next week, I will post a video. So maybe on Make It Monday, I will use the rest of the kit to make something different from the kit. So all of these can go back in the box because we don't need them just now. We will need an envelope, coordinating envelope, an Old Olive, and Crushed Curry. Okay, right, so let's open up. Oh yes, sorry, at the back of the little leaflet you get, it shows you what stamps you get with it. So I'm just going to quickly, because I know I've got some ink on my hands and I don't want to get started. Should have really cleaned my hands before doing this, shouldn't I? Yeah. So just give me a minute whilst I clean my hands. So I have lots of ink on my fingers, which is not good, and on my fingernails, because I have been playing already with doing some card making this morning. I'm in big prep mode for Christmas in July. So yeah, okay, I think we're never going to get that off my nail. Okay, I think we're a bit sorted. So let's bring in everything we need to the side. My instructions are going to be out of the way whilst we do this. We're going to start with this green one, because I want to be able to give you some space on and be able to see what I'm actually doing. So let's start with the green one. Put our green envelope to that side. Let's get our card. And we're going to need, looks like we're going to need our bike, circle, half circle, a strip of ephemera to go underneath, and we're going to be stamping Calypso Coral onto, oh right, okay. Yeah, so we're going to be stamping Calypso Coral straight onto the card by the looks of it. Is that the right basket? Oh, right, okay, so I hadn't realised. We get a secondary basket, so that's good. So we need one of those. We need one of these. We need our bike. And we need this strip of paper by the looks of it. Okay. So first of all, we're going to do our stamping. Let me just grab a stamping block. So what we need to do is, it is telling us we need to stamp "Have a Lovely Day" onto our semicircle piece. Okay, I wasn't really stuck onto the backing today. So let's do our stamping that we need. We also need that in our flower stamp. Okay. We also need the Calypso Coral, but instead of opening my stamping spot, I'm going to use the Calypso Coral that I have. Because I want to save that for when I'm doing crafting on the go. Okay. Look. I can't help it, can I? I have to put my fingers in things. Okay, so we're going to stamp this. So it goes, according to the instructions, it looks like it goes this way round. So I'm just going to, what didn't I do? I didn't season my stamp. So clean that off. I'm just going to quickly rub that on the back of my hand. Okay. And we're going to stamp "Have a Lovely Day." Okay. I should have lifted that up maybe a little bit sooner. And we're going to need, I think it's this flower stamp at the bottom here. So I need, again, just to give it a quick condition on my hand. Let's bring it in. Tap, tap, tap. And let's see if I can get this reasonably aligned. Okay, not the best. I could have done that better, but it's difficult when you're not over the top of something. So we've done our stamping for this card. Let's put our ink away for now, so my fingers don't go in it. Let's bring this in. So it's telling me on this piece of paper, I don't know whether you can see, it's telling me that we need lots of dimensionals on the back to make this stick up. But what I think we need to do first is add this bit, and it's asking just the glue dots on the sentiment put down, and it doesn't say what we need to put on this strip. Oh, yes, it wants us to put this is the strip, it wants us to put dimensionals on. Okay, so let's get this done. Yes, so before you jump in like me, have a good read of the instructions. That would be my advice. I'm getting our little silver butterfly stickers. They're pretty. Right, so I need to put 3 dimensionals on. Just for quickness, I'm going to bring in my big ones. So I just find them easier to work with if I can. Bring that in just a little bit from the edge. I'm hoping you can see. I've not pressed it down just until I get it where I want it. I think we're okay there. And then we're going to put our little dots on the back, so it says 3 of those. I should be using my tweezers, shouldn't I? It would make things a bit easier. Okay. Then we're just going to peel the backs off. I'm probably going to end up needing my pokey tool. Right. And we just need to stick this one on. to the edge. So I'm just making sure that those bits are about even. Need to add our basket with the flowers. Our bike, sorry, basket with the flowers and the bike. And that's going to sit on about there. So we do need lots of our dimensionals on here. So I'll start with my big ones where I can put the big ones. And then I'll have to go in with the little ones. I mean, I'm using my big ones just for quickness. Obviously, you'd use the ones that are in your kit. You'd use your little ones that are in your kit. I'm just going to keep that a whole because I've got lots of little ones. So just follow where the placement is where they want you to put these things. So it'd be interesting to know what you think of this particular kit. I've had a sneak peek at the ones that are coming out next month, and I have to say I think I'm happier with the ones that we're going to get in the next 3 months, possibly than the kits that we've received. I really like this kit. I was expecting to love the celebrations with the fireworks. Not so much, I have to say, but it was still very nice. But I do have a little bit of an issue with those lanterns and what they can do to the environment, unfortunately. So they weren't necessarily for me. Okay. Before we stick it down, let's put our basket on, and yeah, we need dimensionals on the basket as well. Okay, I hope you can see everything. I keep going out of shot, don't I? I'm not doing this very well this morning. Okay, and then we need some of our, what am I doing with it? Oh, we need a little bit of twine. It was right. You're all shouting at me. It's right there. I love it when you need something. It's right in front of you, and then you wander around everywhere, and then you can't actually find it. I had that issue earlier on this week when I was heading off to work. I could not find my work's security pass to get in the building, and I ended up having to leave home without it. So, and then I came back and it was right in front of me on my desk. I did actually say to my husband, have you found this and put that on there? And he went, no, not touched anything. So yeah, it was in plain sight all the time, and yet I spent a good 20 minutes wandering around my house. Right, trying to tie this bow. You know, I am not good with bows. I struggle, but I think it's probably because, to be honest with you, I do have a touch of arthritis in my fingers. I'm just trying to work out the best length to do the first one. So I'm going to do that bow here. With a tail about this size, and then I'm going to wrap this round, and I'm going to come up through that hole that we've got there, grabbing it. Okay, and I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller, pull that one through. Okay. And then let's just snip that end off. I'm quite impressed with myself. It's sad, isn't it? You get impressed with yourself because you manage to actually make a bow. Something which most people manage to do every day when they tie their laces. But I can do it when it's on my feet. I just can't do it when it's right in front of me and I need it. So we're using a glue dot just to stick that bow to it. And then we'll attach it to our bike. And then we'll take all the stickies off the bike. Add our little butterflies. And then that's our first card done. I'm actually not going to take all the stickies off the back because we don't need to. They're just there really to hold the shape and ensure that it's raised up. I'll take that one off though, I think, because these are key points. And that one, maybe that one. I mean, it's up to you. I might end up going to take them all off, aren't I? Okay. And then we just need to place this on our card. Around about here. Again, I'm not pushing it down until I'm happy with the placement, which I am. Okay, so that's our first card. It's a rather pretty card with the bike, but we're not finished, have we? Because we need to stick our butterflies on. One goes around here. It doesn't want to move now, it's on that. Okay, and then we've got one about here. And another one. They're quite thick stickers, these ones. Got a bit of depth to them. And one about there. Okay, first card done. Yay! I can put that in our envelope and ready to go. Right, okay. Let's clear the decks. Let's have a look at number 2. So, number 2, we need one of these. And it looks like we need this big one here. Okay, so these are popping out quite nicely. Okay, so we've now got that bit. Butterflies, obviously. And I think we need one of these. Okay, so we are stamping. What are we stamping? We are stamping Best Wishes on this one. And we're also stamping the larger flowers on this bit. We're actually doing 3 lots on those. Okay, so let's do our Best Wishes and those 3 lots of flowers. So these flowers, let's get a smaller block. And let's season it just so I've done it. We know I've done it. Okay. For Best Wishes, we'll use that block there. Obviously, you'll have received your stamping block in your first kit if you've got one. If this one is your first kit, you'll have received a stamping block in it. And the stamping blocks look like this that you received in your kit. Okay, so I'm just seasoning that again. Getting my large Calypso coral. Okay. Dabbing in. Trying to line it up as best as possible. Best Wishes. And then using our stamping block, looking to see where they want it placed, so it's about there. And then this one is down, and the last one is like that. Okay, so that's our stamping done for this one. I'm going to adhere this straight to here first, so we need again dimensionals. Let's use the big ones for quickness. Okay, stick those down. We need that to go on the front, but before we add that, it's asking us to wrap some of our, around about 35 centimetres it says. I'm eyeballing it, you can measure it out if you want to. And it's going around the back and tying at the front. What I'm going to do is, in one of your previous kits, if you've got it, you'll have received some tearing tape. And I like to hold it in place, but you can use one of the glue dots instead. Let's use one of those. I'm just going to keep it in place when I wrap it around the back. Okay, take that off. And I want it to be about here, so I'm going to add a bit more onto that side to wrap around. Okay, bring it around the front, and I'm also going to push that through there, if it'll go. Doesn't want to go. Okay, and then we are going to tie it around the front and add another dot. So I'm just going to put my dot there because that's where I want it to sit. Okay, so I'm going to tie my bow. I've probably not left enough string on either side, but let's see. Let's see what happens. So I'm just tying my bow. I'm actually going to stick that down. Just makes it easier for me. Wrapping it round, pulling it through. Okay, so we have another bow, but we don't want it to be that big by the looks of it. Because you don't want your bow going in your wheels, do you, of your bike? Oh, got an extra one we don't need on there. I might be covered up by the best wishes, let's hope so. Okay, I'm just going to put 2 on the back of this, and then we'll turn it over and put all the dimensionals on the back that we need for our bike. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that down ever so slightly, put our best wishes over, and then we can bring our string down and adjust the bow again. A little bit too big, and then you can just trim off. Okay, so let's get this stuck down. So I'm just going to use big ones because we can. So I'm making this again on Simply Made Saturday because the instructions are very easy to follow. That's going to be too big. I need little ones. So yeah, that's the reason I have put it on Simply Made Saturday, these unboxing videos for Paper Pumpkin, because it just shows you how easy it is to make a number of cards very quickly, very easily, with just the bits that are in the kit. Doesn't take a lot of time. I mean, you can take a lot more time and over this than I have this morning. And you know, you could always add bits to it if you wanted to, but that's what I love about Paper Pumpkin, is that you will always be able to, if you keep these cards in a box, so when you're desperately in need of either a quick card, if you've not already put your Paper Pumpkin set together, so if you need a very quick card, you can do this really, really quickly without much trouble at all. Or if you've already got them made up, just go through your box when you need to find a card. Okay, so we're going to put one butterfly up there, one up here, and then they've suggested one just about here. All right, okay, so that's our second card done. We can fold our envelope, put it in, sorted. Okay, so our next one is our yellow one. So we are going to adhere. First of all, we're going to do some stamping. We just got to put some butterflies, and our I'm going to use one of these. We need the plant and the book. Plant with the books. We need this plant, which we're going to then put our flowers on top. We need this piece, and we need a thank you. I do really like the fact that you get an extra, sometimes you get extra of these in kits, but with this one they've not included an extra one of these, because all you can do, if you make a mistake, turn it over. That's all you do. Right, okay, so let's do our stamping. So we need this one again, I think. And which way round is it going? That way round. Okay, I think that's where it's going. Sorry, I'm just going to go so I can go right over the top of it. Okay, I don't think I've done that well at all. No, I haven't. Take your time with that. I'm actually not going to put those flowers on because I can turn it over again, and I can do it when I'm, yeah. Take your time with that. You need to really think about lining it up. So that's the only really difficult part that I can see of this kit so far, is lining it up. Those flowers literally on that piece of card. Okay, so I've got our thank you stamp, and it wants it with the tail going this way. So we're just going to quickly do that. I've got our thank you. I'm actually going to turn it over and try and get it more in the middle. Better. Okay, we have the bits that we need. We need to do our butterfly. So we have our 2 butterflies and we have our large butterflies. Sorry, large butterfly. Okay, I do like the fact that you get the bike in this set, so you could easily use the bike, stamp it out, add your own little bits and pieces. I do like the fact that we now have a bike, because I must say there are some people that I know who are very serious into their bike riding, so it would be good for them to have. Right, so first of all, I need to punch this. Get my words out this morning. So we are going to just put that, I think, here. And then with the little one, it's just going above here. I say the little one, it's the largest one. Okay. And now we're going to adhere this to the back. Again, I'm using the big ones for quickness, because I do realise my videos can be very long and we don't need them to be very long. So it's obviously Saturday. It is Saturday the 20th of June 2026 today. So if you're watching this at a later date, yeah, in the future or whenever, Saturday the 20th of June, more than halfway through the year. Or just about. Are we just more than halfway through the year? Well, we will be at the end of the month, won't we? Halfway through the year. Yeah, I have got no clue where the first half of this year has gone. Okay, so we're lining it up, trying to make sure that we have a gap the same width all the way around. And we're going to add our little baskets here. Make them stand up a little bit. I'm quite enjoying this kit as it is. But I already have ideas on just changing it up a little bit. Okay, now this sits on there. I'm going to re-stamp those flowers in a second. So now we have to put this on here. So this goes like that on the back of there. Before we do anything else, what we are going to do is we're going to do some more layering with our thread. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to put wherever I put my glue dots. Okay, I seem to have lost my glue dots. Luckily I do have another set from a previous paper pumpkin kit. I'm going to put a glue dot just on the middle section here. So what we're going to do is just loop and layer the thread by the looks of it. So we're going to have one going off here, and then we're going to loop down. Oh, doesn't want to stick to my glue dot. Okay, loop down, go up, loop around, about the same sort of size, come down. Oh, my thread's a bit iffy, and then trim off, and then we're going to stick this over the top of it. Okay. Turn that over. That's going to go just up a bit from the bottom. And then we're going to adhere it to here. Okay. I think I might put an extra dimensional just at this corner. Okay. I'm just going to quickly add some glue rather than the sticky pads. I actually prefer the glue to the, that's far too much glue. I prefer glue to our little glue dots, but that's just a personal preference. Okay, so I may be looking at the picture. I should have had my loops coming more like that, but my loops are coming more off in the middle. Okay, I'm all right with those ones. Right, let's bring in this disaster of a stamp. And let's put it back on the block. I've just managed to get ink all over everything. I'm such a messy crafter. Okay. I'm trying to work out where the best placement is. So I'm just going to bring it right down in front of me. Still not brilliant, but it's better than it was. And I'm just going to put some, it wants me to put stickers on, but actually I think it might be too, stick out too much, so I'm not going to put glue dots on. That's the way it wants it to go. Okay, so that is our third card done from the kit. So that stamping on there, on that little piece of card, was the only, let's get rid of this glue backings, dimensional backings. So that was the only tricky bit, really. Everything else was absolutely fine. So yeah, we have our 3 paper pumpkin cards. Now I missed a button, no, because we've already got our butterflies on. We didn't need to put any more butterflies on. So we have this one, we have this one, and we have that one. And I think they're rather pretty, I do say so. I think this is my favourite kit so far that we've had. I'm glad I decided to go with it and didn't skip a month. So thank you very much for watching, and as usual, join me tomorrow for Sharing Sunday. It is a bit of a more involved card tomorrow. It's quite a nice fun fold though tomorrow, so if you want to step back and join me then, that would be fantastic. If not, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Check back into my Facebook on Monday, because I'll be showing you alternatives on my Facebook on what to do with this kit. But yeah, as always, everybody, take care and craft your joy.